And a good Tuesday afternoon to you. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Sine as we dive into the forecast here, continuing with our first alert weather day because of this winter system really sweeping through the south. Quite an interesting and rare event here in the low country heading our way. You can see we do have that winter storm warning. It's that bright pink color all across the low country. That will remain in effect overnight into early tomorrow morning, and then eventually this will expire as the storm system moves through the region. But in the meantime, hopefully you have some nice indoor activities planned. You have some things to do inside because it's going to be cold, and eventually we'll start to see some of that accumulation. So best bet, just stay off the roads overnight into tomorrow morning. Just to keep that in mind, play it safe out there. You can see our total amount in terms of snowfall totals, even some sleet possibly mixing in. And whenever you get sleet in a snow system like this, it sometimes messes with our totals. So really this could vary depending on where you are, anywhere from a trace, an inch, up to maybe even 4 or 5 inches on the higher end. So it is really going to depend on where this heavier moisture sets up and where we see the sleet. Of course, we could see some lower totals if we have sleet mixed in. As of right now, Chris and Bill mentioned this earlier, but we're seeing a little bit of activity up and down the coastline, already getting reports of a little bit of sleet, even some glazing out there. Inland, though, we're talking about closer to I-95. That's where we're seeing just snowfall at the moment. And eventually, of course, that's going to sweep through the area as we head into the overnight hours. So here's what's on the way. Plenty of moisture associated with this storm system here. Of course, the cold air is already here. So whenever we see this really move into the area, this will indeed eventually transfer over to snowfall. But in the meantime, next hour or so, we're still seeing a little bit of that wintry mix. Really combination of all sorts of precipitation types. As we move closer to say 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, that's when most of the area will fully transition over to snowfall. Once again, our ground is cold enough for this to stick, so keep that in mind. Best bet, stay indoors. Can't say that enough. You can see early tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. If you're waking up early tomorrow morning, taking a peek out the window, you'll see a little bit of snowfall continuing out there. Even by 7 o'clock, some tapering. Before you know it, like I mentioned, by lunchtime, everything is drying out. But you can see the cold, though. We still have this cold weather advisory in effect. We'll keep an eye on this, see if the National Weather Service extends this. But we're talking about wind chills actually in the teens as we head into the early morning hours. Check this out. So not only are we dealing with snowfall accumulation overnight, but 7 a.m. Wednesday morning here, it'll feel like it's about 15 into Moncks Corner, 16 in Somerville, 15 in Orangeburg. If you typically have to prep your house for cold weather below freezing, maybe that's letting some pipe strip or whatever you have going on with your faucets. Definitely do that. Prepare accordingly, what you've done all season long. At 7 a.m. Thursday, it is going to feel possibly like it's 9 up in Georgetown, 14 in Moncks Corner, 11 in Somerville. This is why we've extended our first alert weather day into Thursday, because of this extreme, almost dangerous cold. So be aware of that. Definitely want to bundle up if you are heading outside anytime soon. Once again, first alert weather days continuing. You can see everything is all said and done, though, by the weekend. Really as early as Friday, we'll see some sunshine. We'll even see sunshine tomorrow, but see some sunshine with slightly warmer temperatures, 46 degrees on Friday. Into the weekend, warming trend on the way. You can see we're in the upper 50s on Sunday. This will melt before you know it, especially into early next week. A few showers next Monday and Tuesday. That's it for your forecast. Let's get a check in on the roads. Chris.
All right, thanks so much, Stephanie. Well, yeah, we are tracking conditions starting to deteriorate.